And we are live. Good morning, LBHT crew, Road Nation, and good friends. You like that, Ferris?
That's good. That's good, man.
Apologies for the late. We're supposed to start at 6:15.
That's why you're the lead host.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Slight technical difficulties, but we are underway now. Look, we got some people in the chat already. Yolanda's here, says, good morning, LBHT family. Good morning to you, Yolanda. We got Bazel in the house, says, good morning. Good morning. Cousin Davon's here. Good morning, Davon. Kwame's in the house. Salute. Good morning. Man, good to see y'all. Good to see y'all this early. All right, we're going to get right into it. All right. The Ravens pull out the win, 23-10. We talked about it, gave our instant reactions yesterday. Over here, Hendo and Yolanda live streamed it yesterday. We got a double-digit win, so that feels good. Fifth win in a row. And because the Steelers lost, we are now first place in the AFC North as of today. How do you guys feel about what they've accomplished so far?
It's very impressive because the season literally looked like it was over, right? And you know the NFL, we talked about the stretch being a little bit easier, but you don't know about the NFL, man. You don't know if it's going to be easy or not. You don't know. But them rattling off five in a row, it's tremendous.
I mean, it's okay. If you look at the strength of schedule, it's nothing real that we really did. We expected the Ravens to come out and win these 5 games. I mean, Chicago technically is the only team that's really on a winning streak. And to me, it's fool's gold. And if you look at the thumbnail, you'll see Lionel Messi on my thumbnail. And that is because he and his team are 90 minutes away from the MLS finals. And with his team, his coach had a decision to make with his roster, bringing back a suspended guy or playing the young dude. He made the right call. They won the game. Unlike our head coach, who has decided that regardless of what's going on, regardless of the tape, how these games look, because we should have blown the New York Jets out. This offensive line is a detriment to this team. They're getting Lamar beat up. He has not looked the same since about week 1, week 2, and we're making no changes. Now, he activated Emory Jones Jr., but he didn't play, and his line struggled. Daniel Falele still out there tackling his own people, fall into the whole offensive line is just falling to the ground. I've never seen grown men lay on the ground as much as I have this offensive line, but yet and still we make no changes and expect to make a run in the playoffs. It's good enough to beat these bottom tier teams. It's good enough to go on a win streak and win a division, only because Pittsburgh is slipping right now. And it's just not going to work out well for us in the playoffs unless we make some changes and it starts from the top.
Yeah. I'm reading now. Lionel Messi ran the show as the Inter Miami reached the first conference final for the first time in their history. So salute to them. Thanks. Salute to them. The clear issue here is the offensive line. It's offensive line, and it's John Harbaugh's always playing down to the level of competition, right? I felt like if we were playing a better team, they would have started off a lot faster, but they started out really slow, no energy. But that's the thing. That's part of the issue. You can't be starting out slow. Like we're fighting our way back. We're supposed to be locked in every game. We're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be, coming out there, putting our best foot forward because there's no room for error. And it just didn't feel like they had a sense of urgency in that game. They won the game, but they didn't have any sense of urgency, and that's troubling, right? Because I think there's a sense of we could still turn it on when we feel like it, and that ain't the case this year. This year, anybody can be beat, but that includes you. That's especially you. So they had to play a lot better than they're playing right now. Lamar ain't playing the best football, but it's easy to give him a pass. He's not 100%, and the things that we want to criticize him for are things that should be extra. Him extending plays, making plays with his feet, running around, pick up first downs and things like that. That's not his actual job. That's something he does extra. Okay, That's work on the side. That's overtime work. That's not his 9 to 5. His 9 to 5 is to go out there and execute the plays. But if nobody's blocking, if nobody can get separation, if nobody can catch the ball, if you can't execute a simple screen route, you're getting jammed up on a screen route. Right. That's not on Lamar Jackson.
Facts. Like go
ahead, Hendo.
Like you said, it's crazy because I don't think that they realize they're in a playoff scenario right now. One more loss, who knows what could happen. And in this game against the Jets, yes, they are competitive. We had 24 yards in the first quarter, 74 yards at halftime. You do this versus a playoff team, it's a wrap.
Yeah. So, I mean, happy this
week. You guys drafted Aeneas Peebles and don't play him?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, look, he may not be... He wasn't drafted high. He may not be anything special.
Wasn't he a third round pick?
He was a 6th round pick, but when he did play, he did apply pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, he was playing better than a lot of the veterans on the team, and then one day they just decided you're not playing anymore.
He shows potential, but the issue isn't on the defensive side.
Right.
I mean, if they want to say, hey, we like him, he has some potential there, we'll play him here and there. Fine, whatever. You know, the D line right now is playing good football. The O line is the issue. That is the glaring issue. Now we have issues with our pass catchers as well, but the glaring issue is
you have pass catchers.
Yeah. But the issue is we can't open up holes for our running backs. We can't protect our quarterback. You know, like we can't execute simple plays because of how inept they are, and it's so obvious that they don't know what they're doing out there. It's more than a talent thing. I keep saying it's more than a talent thing with Falele and Voorhees. They don't know what they're doing.
They have no technique, no spatial awareness. They don't know how to play offensive line. But also too about Andrew Voorhees, right? This is what happened. So Duke Manyweather said this, where people were like, oh, he's a former tackle, make him play guard in the NFL. He'll work. Not all the time. It doesn't work all the time. He was USC's starting left tackle. Yeah. He had been playing left tackle his entire life, and then he tore his ACL. And then NFL, this is how I know the NFL coaches and GMs are like, we'll just move him to guard. Mm-hmm. That doesn't. You got to make sure he's a good like you can't just do that with a lot of people. Duke Manyweather, one of the best offensive line coaches, personal offensive line coach, he says you can't do that. You can't do that. If he's been playing left guard his entire life, and you make him play right guard, his instincts have to be reverse mirrored because he's always working off of the left side. Now he's on the right side. Not every guard, Zach Martin, where he was a left guard in Notre Dame, and they're like, just stick him at right guard. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. That's why it didn't matter. But Andrew Voorhees isn't that. He's been playing left tackle his entire career, and he's being told, go play guard. Daniel Falele, left tackle at Minnesota. He's like, go play guard. And they're like, guard? I don't know how to play guard. And y'all not even teaching them how to play guard. So they still stink.
No, I'm not sure about the teaching part. It's you can look at them on the field and see that they don't know who to block.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
if that's
a scheme thing.
No, it's not for us. If you
that's
listen, if you're seeing stunts and twists all the time, and your man bounces off, block the next guy coming at you. Don't just turn around and look for somebody. Like know who you're supposed to go after. It's atrocious. It's atrocious that we are 12 weeks into the season and we're seeing the same mistakes that we saw in week 1. And no changes have been made by this head coach. And he's out here lying, talking about, they're playing good. They actually look better than they did before. They actually look worse. If you actually think about it, Derrick Henry, like they say in the comments, he's getting pissed off. Lanes are not being open. He's rushing for 25 and 40 yards in a game. This is a future Hall of Famer. We can't get anything going. Lamar Jackson's out there running for his life, hampered. And you can visibly see that he's not what he was, but yet and still, we're not going to protect him. We're just going to go out there and say, you know what? Do what you do, Lamar, until you get hurt. And then we'll put in Huntley. And that's our excuse. And that's our saving grace for bringing us back again next season.
Yeah, man, at least Tennessee did one thing right. Like, we may not give you a quarterback. We might not even give you a wide receiver. we'll definitely have an offensive line for Derrick Henry because he was their engine.
Yep.
And how do you get Derrick Henry and not fix it?
Facts. Shout out to the chat. No F's given says thank you. We will get exposed and lose in the playoffs. Mark my words, because of the O line. It feels that way. We'll see. Just Aloe says good morning. Good morning, Just Aloe. Appreciate you coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Aggie, what's going on? That's
Hey,
Agnes. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Butter has a film on Falele. He was out there taking men down on opposing teams. Don't know if he did that through the game, but he was out there blocking someone other than a Raven. Yeah. So not every play is going to be him getting blown up. Even the worst old linemen are going to win the majority of their battles, right? Otherwise, every play would be a sack or something like that. The worst old linemen will win the majority of their snaps. Meaning, if there's 70 snaps, they can win 50 of them, right? But those 20 are what kill you.
Yeah, man.
Those 5 are what kill you. So you can see some good tape on them, but it's not a lot of good tape. Right. And sorry, say something real quick first. We're gonna move to the next topic.
Oh no, I was about to say, like, that's why when you look at like defensive linemen, when they get a sack or 2 sacks in a game, it's like, oh my God, he had a great game. Because we expect them not to win those reps most of the time, because it's just not how that works. Like John Runyon would block Michael Strahan for 90% of the game. Then Strahan would get that 1 sack, and then it's like, oh, he beat Runyon. He beat him. It was like, but did we watch the game really? But he beat him.
Yeah. Coair says not playing Peebles proves the point that we should have package picks to move up in the draft. Yeah, we waste our time with these picks, and we don't have a coaching staff that wants to develop these guys. Now, you look at to your point, Peebles isn't out there because he's a rookie. They don't trust him. That's pretty much what it is. He has talent, but they don't trust him. The reason why Keaton Mitchell didn't get a lot of snaps because he was a rookie, young player. They don't trust him. But you don't have that same logic for your O-line. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. These guys don't have experience. They're not ready, and you shouldn't trust them. You should be looking for veterans, and you're just saying, nope, it's going to work out.
Yeah, because like even look at the New York Giants offensive line. It was very bad a couple of years ago. You got Cameron Bursillo, and these guys stayed together for a bit. Now they're the best unit on the team. They're one of the best units in the NFL, not because they know how to pass off, and they're being coached how to pass off. Also, too, you got some good veteran guards. I don't know what the hell was going on in Baltimore. They've been there 2 years, and they don't know how to pass off twisting defensive linemen. Like, oh, he's going right, I'm gonna go left.
It's because they're not good for us.
Exactly.
And to Jose's point, it's not even about cohesiveness.
I'm trying to be more professional, because I can already just say what I think. They suck.
They do suck. But it's not even about them sucking. It's the point of, like Jose said, when it comes to the defense, if we have safeties that aren't working out, we go out and get free agent safeties. Same with edge rushers and linebackers. When it comes to the offensive line underperforming, it's just give them time. They'll get better. So we have different philosophies when it comes to the offense and the defense. We value defense because that's how we won our first Super Bowl. This is the team that we were recognized as. When you speak of Ravens, you speak of defense. It is no longer that time for this organization. Once we drafted Lamar Jackson and he won that MVP in his first full season starting, we became an offensive team. But yet and still, we stick to the notion of defense. And with all that we put into this defense, they're not dominating like they should. They got a few turnovers yesterday. They've been on a good run the last 4 games, but overall, they're not like the old Ravens defenses. They're not scoring points. They're not shutting people down. They're not stopping them the way that they're supposed to. So guess what? Go away from getting defense. And I guarantee you, and I said this yesterday, all the people in the comment were talking about how horrid this offensive line is, how the playmakers aren't getting separation. We need more. But when draft time comes around, y'all are going to be looking at that safety. Y'all are going to be looking at that defensive back for the Ravens to draft, even though all season long we saw how this offense stuck. We do this every single year. During the season, Lamar needs help. During the draft, we got to get more defense.
Yep. That's exactly
it. You should have became the Miami Dolphins of the 90s. Don Shula had a philosophy: we run the ball, we pound, and we just bully you. And then he got this guy named Dan Marino, was like, you know what? How about we pass it 50 times a game? How about that? And that's what happened in the 80s, in the 90s. Nice. Dan Marino was slinging it left and right. Duper and Clayton. That should have been what the Ravens should have been. They should have switched over to we have an alien at quarterback. Let's enhance it. And they never did.
Yeah, that's why it's time for all of these guys to go. They're stubborn. They're not going to, including Ozzy, by the way. That's still in the building. He can go too.
Thanks.
Clean house. All right. Quick score rundown. We're gonna move real quick through these. Quick score update. Bills lost to the Texans Thursday night. Your MVP did not look MVP-ish. Okay.
Hey, dude, Houston the Chiefs Texans defense, man.
Facts.
They're a bunch of psychopaths.
Yeah,
I love it.
5 other teams figured them out. Okay.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, the Chiefs beat the Colts in overtime, 23-20. Seahawks beat the Titans. Surprisingly, they came back in this game, 30-24. Good for Cam Ward. The Packers beat the Vikings 23-6. JJ McCarthy is not him,
bruh. First round pick.
Yeah, don't talk about that. And he got time to sit back and look at things because he didn't play last year.
Right.
All right. The Ravens beat the Jets 23-10. Lions beat the Giants. Sorry, Ferris, 34-27. It was a valiant effort, but the Giants have now been officially eliminated from the playoffs.
The motto of the 2025 New York Giants. They had a chance. They had a chance.
Bears beat the Steelers.
5 double-digit blown leads this year. 5. Most in NFL history.
That's why you're looking. That's why you're looking for a new coach.
James Winston did everything he could.
Yep, he caught a passing touchdown. He threw a touchdown. He did it all, man.
He did his job.
He did it all.
Bears beat the Steelers 31-28. The Steelers are in a bad way.
In trouble.
But the Bears have not lost since we beat them, I believe.
Correct.
So, a tale of two teams right there. Patriots beat the Bengals. They had to come back to win that one, 26-20. Browns beat down the Raiders 24-10. And you'll be hearing about Shador all this week. B said it to me earlier. He said, win or lose, it is going to be a bloodbath on social media. Regarding the Shador Sanders, and he is absolutely right. So be prepared for that.
I hate it.
Where's Josina?
I hate it. I hate it because they hate
Josina Anson put on her war point right now.
Josina's like her and all the Shador supporters. They're all like, it's like the scene in the program where they're painting and then they're like, girl,
hey Belinda, listen, it's crazy to me because I understand it, but you're playing a sport. You're one of the few elite people that made it to professional football, and you have grown men intimidated by a young man's confidence. Look who his father is. I don't care about anything else. Look who his father is. Imagine how he grew up. And you mad at him because he's just like, hey, we want bigger and better things. I told y'all, give me a week of practice, and things are going to look better. And everybody's looking down at him, talking about he too cocky. That's why he went in the 5th round. That's not why he went in the 5th round. And for you to be intimidated by a child, even though he's a grown man, but you to be intimidated by a child because he's confident in his ability is sad to me.
Well, everything they love his dad for, they hate him for.
Facts.
Y'all heard that story?
It's certain people that they don't like.
Because Baker Mayfield, he's feisty. He's a winner. Yeah. He's riled up. He's good for football. That passion that he shows.
I'm glad you brought Baker Mayfield because I like Baker Mayfield.
I do
too.
But Baker Mayfield is exactly that person. Mm-hmm. He's that way to everybody. He's always played that way. He's always had that attitude. And somebody had asked him about that a few weeks back. If he's kind of matured out of that. He said, I'm still the same guy. You just, right. I'm playing better. You guys like me a little bit more now, but I haven't changed who I am. Thanks. Right. Mm-hmm. But it's always, I'm just always that, but they've always glazed Baker Mayfield in the media. Mm-hmm. It's not a problem for him.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. They tolerated his
father. First of all, they love Dion.
They love Dion.
Everybody loved Dion. They hated him. They hated Dion until they were a teammate of his. Jerry Rice hated Dion until he became his teammate. And he was like,
he hated him.
He was like, I just thought he was flash.
No, the media for sure. Like but we got that kind of skill, man. I mean,
yeah, you can't be stopped. Also too. Funny enough,
Johnny Manziel, yeah, him too.
Funny enough, Baker Mayfield in college had a probably worse incident than Shador ever had.
Ever.
Oh, he got arrested, got tackled.
He joked about that too.
Yeah,
it's funny now.
Now.
Yeah, it's funny now. He joked about that when he was talking with Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. They're talking about his mobility, and he was just like, well, I tried to use my mobility once, and it didn't work out well for me.
Fayetteville, and I got caught.
All right, let's keep this moving. We'll talk more about this on Wednesday or possibly tonight. We'll see. Jaguars win. They came back and beat the Cardinals 27-24. Cowboys stunning victory. Beat the Eagles 24-21. The Eagles were up 21-0. I thought it was a wrap. I just did the score update to see how bad the beatdown was, and the Cowboys came back and won. Congratulations to them.
You know why? George Pickens.
George Pickens?
George Pickens has been going off. He's like he's got 1,000 yards. He's got 1,000 yards already. Like he's the number two. I think he's the number 2 wide receiver in the league. But we got David Ajabo.
All I'll say is this, man. If you're a competent NFL offense and you can't drop 30 on the Dallas defense, you have no business being on the NFL.
All right. Falcons over the Saints 24-10. Rams beat down the Bucks with just mentioned Baker Mayfield did not have a good night. 34-7. And the Panthers. Yeah, Teddy took over the game. And Panthers take on the 49ers tonight. So we'll see how that goes. All right. We're getting this. Good morning, Coach. Thanks for coming through. Shout out to everybody in here. Over 100 people in here. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Go.
Salute. Y'all hit that like button. And we need this type of turnout in the mornings. And then we'll see.
For us to continue.
Yes, for us to continue. Melanated one, salute. DDSQ, I see you in here. Salute. Shout out to everybody that's in here on both channels. Appreciate you. I be saying we got Tay in here or Ty. Shout out to y'all. All right. This is gonna be a quick NBA story. We're definitely gonna bring this up again. But I don't know how the beef originated, but Kenyon Martin.
Oh, you good, Coach?
Huh?
I was
Kenyon Martin and Draymond Green got some sort of internet beef. They've been going at each other. And this has manifested itself into a list that Kenyon Martin put together to let Draymond Green know where he stands in the food chain of NBA history. Okay, right. So we're gonna play this real quick. I edited it for time, but we'll play this.
200 people better at basketball than Draymond Green. I'm talking about basketball, skill set of basketball. I can name 200 people that I think are better at basketball than you. That's people. I dumbed it down to power forwards. So let's go down this. So watch this. So we got Giannis, Anthony Davis, Dirk, Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, Chris Webber, Amari Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace, Pau Gasol, Elton Brand, Antoine Jameson, Zach Randolph, Carlos Boozer, David West, Jermaine O'Neal, Sean Kemp, Derek Coleman, Clifford Robinson, Danny Manning, Larry Johnson, Vin Baker, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden, Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Horace Grant, Otis Thorpe, Paul Millsap, Juwan Howard, David Lee, Joe Smith, Al Harrington, Rashard Lewis, Brian Grant, Tom Chambers, Kevin McHale, Nene, and for shits and giggles, you ain't better than Popeye Jones, both Outlaw, Reggie Evans. Just because I like what they did for their team. And guess who I didn't mention? Me.
I did. So, okay, some of them were centers and small forwards, but it doesn't matter.
They play power forward at a point in time.
We don't have a whole bunch of time to go over this. I promise you, we will follow up with this. But if you missed the list, I'm gonna pull it up on a screen here. Giannis, Anthony Davis, Dirk Nowitzki, Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Dennis Rodman. I mean, these are the greatest of all time right here. Karl Malone, Chris Webber, Amari Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace, Paul Gasol, Elton Brand, Antoine Jameson, Zach Randolph, Carlos Boozer, David West, Jermaine O'Neal, Sean Kemp, Derek Coleman, Danny Manning. Hold on, I got to flip the page just like he did. Larry Johnson, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden, Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Horace Grant, Otis Thorpe, Paul Millsap, Juwan Howard, David Lee, Al Harrington, Rashard Lewis, Kevin McHale, Nene, Popeye Jones, Reggie Evans. I'll say this.
I don't agree with Juwan.
He did. Juwan Howard was better than Draymond Green. I think so. In my opinion, he did a masterful job with this list. He did a masterful job with it because, listen, Popeye Jones, no, Reggie Evans, don't. That's just disrespectful. There's names on this. There's names on this list. We could be like, come on, dog. But there's enough. Oh, that's my alarm. There's enough.
He didn't mention Dennis Rodman.
He did.
But there's enough people on this list,
right,
for you to be like, yeah. You know, you got to comb through the list to take the ones out to be like, no. Kwame says David West. No, David West and his prime.
David West is better than him.
Yes, absolutely.
David West was definitely better than him.
Absolutely. And I, you know what? I want Hendo to talk about this because Hendo is a Warriors fan. Defend your player. But what's your opinion, Hendo?
As the resident Golden State Warriors fan, that man is 100% correct. He's 100% correct. Listen, Draymond Green is a special kind of player. He plays defense, he gets rebounds. But Charles Barkley said it best, Mr. Triple Single. He does nothing special. The defense that he plays, I think, was a collection of the team. He is talented. And like they said, he may end up in the Hall of Fame. But Kenyon Martin also pointed out that when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were out, you were the 12th leading scorer on your team. So for you to be a leader and supposedly that special, how are you the 12th leading scorer on your team, but you're supposed to be the third best player? Now, he's had his moments. He talks more than he plays. And that list, to me, there are a bunch of other guys I can't think of right now that he could have added to that list. But yeah, Draymond Green, to me, he's a good player. He's not special. And there's a reason why he punched Jordan Poole, because Jordan Poole said, you are an expensive backpack. And if you didn't really feel that that was true, you wouldn't have got so triggered and hit that and stole that man in his jaw.
And yes, Kwame, Blake Griffin.
Y'all don't remember. Y'all don't remember, man.
Yeah, y'all don't remember.
He dragged Detroit to the playoffs with one knee.
Didn't he?
Yeah,
that's what ended his career.
He was a special player.
He was. Yes. You had to. Oh my God! Thank God I grew up and I saw that.
So and I watched all these players play. Everyone that he's named, I watched him in that prime. Even Kevin McHale.
Now Popeye Jones is never better.
Derek Coleman.
You know. 10 times.
Ben Wallace is better than him. What do we do? What?
Ben, all right. Let's not be any Ben Wallace's respect. And Ben Wallace was a center, not a power forward.
Right.
Four-time Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, Ben Wallace was definitely better than Draymond Green. Four-time.
No question. But almost all these guys on the list. At one point.
Tom Gugliotta.
We're at one point were the number one or the number two guy on their team, right? They were signed to be the star of the team or the guy standing next to the star of the team. Mm-hmm. That's not Draymond Green. That's not his role, and that's fine. Right. He's an excellent player, and this speaks to how many great players have played this sport.
A lot,
all right. Like that list right there ain't disrespectful to Draymond Green. He's taking that as disrespect.
Yeah, I mean,
that is not disrespectful. I mean, like I said, Popeye Jones, that's a little disrespectful. But and yes, Kenyon Martin is absolutely correct. Right. He's better than Draymond Green as well.
Mm-hmm. As well. And listen, Kwame, we don't take any Horace Grant disrespect over here.
Horace Grant was the truth.
Yeah, right. He just played his role. Horace Grant was my guy.
Horace Grant was the truth, man.
Yeah. All right. We have to end it there. Okay, we're about to hit 30 minutes. I promise you, we'll bring it up again. If you want to talk about it again tomorrow, we will continue this. All right, because there's more to unpack here. I don't even know how this beef started. We'll dive deeper into this tomorrow. All right, but that's it for this.
Sorry, I'm just naming random power forwards now.
Okay. Hey, you know what, Ferris? That's gonna be your homework. I want you to put together a list.
Power forwards.
Yes. And I want everybody in the chat that disagrees. I want you to put together your list. Where do you rank Draymond Green on this list? Who are you taking off? Like I said, there's some people you definitely take off. There are. Kenyon Martin is messing with your mind to see how much you know about basketball. There are some players you can take off this list, but where would you rank them? Just curious. We'll do your homework. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Shout out to Yolanda with the super chat. I appreciate that. It's a great morning show. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. We got to go to work. This was fun. We'll be back tomorrow. Root for the Panthers win tonight. If there is a win, then B will be inspired to go live.
Let's go.
We'll see. And there's no live show on Wednesday. Wednesday night. We'll still do the morning show. Wednesday night, there'll be no live show. But there will be a show. We're going to have something recorded for you, something special. So, and Coach says he's off. That's what's up.
Shout out to
Thanksgiving week. It's Thanksgiving
Chris
week.
Bosh gets no love. Let's see.
He mentioned Chris Bosh. He mentioned Chris Bosh.
He said Chris Bosh. Yeah.
We
just didn't say Chris Bosh, but Chris Bosh, yeah, man. Him in Toronto, then him in Miami. Him in Miami. People just forget about it.
All right, y'all. We are out of here. Enjoy your day. We will see you later. Peace.